It's a very good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. Our primary focus being on the encounter pitting Black Rhinos who lock horns with Harare City in what promises to be an intriguing battle here at the National Sports Stadium. Intriguing in the sense that it will be a battle for the top 8. Currently Harare City sitting 7th on 41 points, and in 9th position is Black Rhinos with 40 points. So Black Rhinos will be eager to register a victory that will see them move into the top 8 and above Harare City. On pitch side to help us analyze proceedings, to help us break down things, we're joined by our analyst, that's Alois Bonjira. Alois, it's a pleasure having you.
Yeah, very good afternoon, viewers. It's a very good afternoon here. Nice and sunny. Not really, yeah, a little bit hot, but it promises to be a very beautiful day of football. Like I've always said, that the people that are in charge of this field are doing a good job. You know, the pitch looks lush, so it's up to the players to display good football on a lush pitch like this one.
Well, up to the players to display good football. What kind of a game should we expect? Just having talked about where the two teams stand. Harare City 7th with 41 points, Black Rhinos 9th with 40 points. Black Rhinos knowing that a victory would place them above Harare City on the log standings.
Yeah, I think here we are looking at a balanced match. You know, when you look at both teams, I've watched them play in recent weeks. They play almost a similar type of football. You know, they get the ball, they are direct going forward. Yes, Harare City at times they tend to knock the ball around a little bit, but when the chips are down, they actually can switch and they start going forward a little bit quicker. You know, with Moses Mchenja dictating the pace as well. So I see a very tough match because when you look at Black Rhinos as well, they are very balanced. I watched them play against Triangle here. They completely demolished Triangle about 3 weeks ago here, and it promises to be a good game. Number 7, number 9, you know, they are not separated by much. So we are looking to have a very good match. My pleasure about this match is that both teams play good football. So I'm expecting to see good football. I've seen the coach at Harare City. He likes building up. They are very solid, well organized. And then if you look at Black Rhinos, I think they're two of the most organized teams in the Premier League this year.
Talking about organization, Alois, just looking at Harare City defensively, having conceded just 20 goals this season. You look at Black Rhinos, they've conceded five more goals than Harare City. Would you say that it will be a bit difficult for Harare City to break down, it will be difficult for Black Rhinos rather to break down Harare City given their impressive record at the back?
Yeah, you see, the good thing about Harare City is that they are well organized. You know, when they lose the ball, they get back into line, they get back into shape quickly. So I think for Black Rhinos, if they really want to break down Harare City, it has to be on the counter. And then I've watched Black Rhinos, like I have said before, that they are very good at transition from defense, quickly attack. They are very good at it. Sometimes they're actually very good at, they play this direct route one football where they hit Lord Chunga holds up and they come quickly. I think that's the method that they can use to break up Harare City. Because if they are a little bit slower, Harare City, they quickly get back into shape and they form a very solid block, and it's going to be very difficult for them to break them.
Very difficult to break them. We'll just get to hear the thoughts of the two coaches. That's Mark Harrison of Harare City and Herbert Amarua of Black Rhinos.
Well, thanks so much to Francis Nyamutsamba there and Alois Bunjira just by the touchline. Very comfortable in those comfy looking chairs. And well, as you can see, an empty National Sports Stadium. And these are the last PSL League results. And I think of particular interest would be Harare City, of course, and Chicken Inn there. Of course, as you will see, Harare City not coming out too good against the Gamecocks. Whilst Black Rhinos had a good day in the office because they thumped Triangle United by 3-1. We were here, we covered that game live for you as well, if you remember, on ZBC TV. And the first half belonging to Black Rhinos, and the second, of course, belonging to Triangle, but then the damage has already been done. And this is the latest log standing. As you can see, a two-horse race on top there is FC Platinum 5 points ahead of Ngezi Platinum. You will know that Ngezi parted ways with their head coach Stanza Tonderai Ndiraya. And I think of particular interest will be those 4 teams, or should I say maybe 6 teams, anchoring the standings. And as you can see there, Shabani are right at the bottom of the pile. Bulawayo City are there as well, and Mutare City Rovers are there, and yes, look who is fourth from the bottom. Yes, the country's most successful football team are there. They could be playing Division 1 football next season. Yada still not safe from relegation. Bulawayo Chiefs are still not safe from relegation. Nikrut still not safe from relegation. Chapungu United as well still not safe from relegation. But from ZPC Kariba upwards, these teams, we can safely say they'll be playing top flight league football for next season. It is perhaps yes, a dog affair at the end of that, at the bottom of the pile, as you saw there. But the two-horse race at the top there, belonging to FC Platinum and of course Ngezi Platinum. And our match analyst Spencer Nyamanza, we'll call him Sparrow at Pockets Hill, is right here beside me. And Sparrow, a two-horse race at the top of the pile.
Definitely sending a two-horse race at the top of the pile, with FC Platinum with a bit of an advantage with the 5 points clear, and Ngezi Platinum just behind there. For Ngezi, I think they may have done themselves damage by really letting go of the head coach. It sends the wrong message to the players. That's a sign of already giving in to say FC Platinum are going to win the championship. I wonder if it will work to the advantage of the team or to the disadvantage. But in my own view, it looks like it will work to the disadvantage of the team, because they have acknowledged to say FC are going to win the league already with 5 games to go.
Yeah, let's see how that will pan out there. Tough days for Ngezi Platinum indeed. Well, we did talk to the 2 coaches, the 2 head coaches of the 2 teams. Well, Francis Nyamutsamba did. And he first of all talked to the host head coach. We call him Yuba Herbert Marua.
Herbert, just to give us his thoughts with regards to today's contest, where Black Rhinos lock horns with Harare City. Coach, facing Harare City, how do you see this contest?
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be a good match. We just need to improve our defending, but at the end of the day, we need to collect points.
Last time around, getting the better of Triangle, would you say you want to continue with that upward trajectory?
Yeah, especially this second half of the season, we managed to score more goals, maybe other than in team. So we need to continue from where we left. We need the points by the end of the day.
How much of a challenge will you be expecting from Harare City? We know that Harare City are in the top 8, 7th. You're just beneath that, on 9th position.
Yeah, we are just separated with a point. So as Black Rhinos, we need to win this one and make sure we go above them.
In terms of your squad heading into today's contest, do you have a clean bill of health?
Yeah, everybody is ready. Maybe save for Ashley, who is saving a match ban after getting 3 yellow cards. But basically, everybody is ready for the battle.
Thank you very much, Coach. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, welcome.
And as you can see there, Black Rhinos are just doing their stuff. And Herbert Marua is still thinking that a top 4 finish is going to be possible. And this number 29 is Augustine Mbara. The Dynamo supporters must know him now at Black Rhinos. Then we did talk to the visitors' head coach, Englishman Mark Harrison.
Harare City head coach, that's Mark Harrison, just to give us his thoughts about today's encounter where Harare City lock horns with Black Rhinos. Coach, facing Black Rhinos, your expectations in today's encounter?
Look, I'm expecting a physical game. I mean, that's what Black Rhinos are about. They're very physical, very direct in their play. Don't play a great deal of football on the grass, I don't think. You know, they tried to play percentages, put the ball in behind you, chase it down, run you down, make life difficult for you for 90 minutes. So I think that's what we've got to expect today, just a battle for 90 minutes. Obviously, when we get possession, we've got to try and use the ball the best we can to create opportunities and to try and get a win.
We see you've just made one change to the squad that overcame Highlanders last weekend in as Ryan. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I mean, brought Ryan back in. I just think Ryan gives us a bit more strength. But a couple of the youngsters did really well last week, and it was a chance for them to extend, a bit more extended game time. So that was the thinking behind that. At the end of the day, I've got 29 players in the squad, and I think, all 29 can do a job for us on the day. So, it's just a matter of a little bit of rotation at times and trying to keep everybody game fit, match fit.
Okay, finally, coach, here placed 7th on 41 points, Black Rhinos 9th on 40 points. How important is this, knowing that if Black Rhinos win today's encounter, they'll leapfrog you?
Yeah, look, I mean, we don't want to let that happen if we can, but, at the end of the day, even after today's game, there's another 5, and there's a lot of tough fixtures to come still. So, the outcome will come and go and change, I guess, over the next few weeks. So it's not the be-all and end-all, but obviously we want to win the game. We don't want to lose it, but at the end of the day, we take what comes and then we move to the next game anyway. So we'll see how it goes.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
The words of Mark Harrison there. Perhaps the only coach who is rotating his team and feeling very positive about it. It's working off. This number 11 here is the team's leading goal scorer, is Wilfred Muvirimi. They call him TK. No, they are not his initials. His Harare City teammates reckon when he pounces in the penalty box, it's like a technical knockout. Well, he is just that. Is one of the 2 players who scored the 2 goals against Highlanders that knocked the Bulawayo Giants out of the Chibuku Super Cup. Wilfred Muvirimi, and the other one, of course, another W, William Manondo. As Black Rhinos going through their paces, we did see there, of course, Wilfred Muvirimi, the number 11, who will be expected to bang in the goals. And of course, for Black Rhinos, I'm sure you will all have guessed, the number 14 is the man they will look forward to, the man they call Chibodoro or Alteza. That's Lot Chiwunga. Yes, he is the team's leading goal scorer, and he has been leading by example. That there he is, Lord Chiwunga. Actually played, was called up a couple of times by Sunday Mofu Chidzambwa in the Zimbabwe Warriors, and he hasn't really had a look in, not as yet. It's so difficult when there are superstars like Knowledge Musona and Kama Billiard for you to have a look in the Zimbabwe Warriors side. But Sparrow, this little number 14, these are Harare City players. The little number 14 of Black Rhinos has been the embodiment and live wire of this side ever since they were promoted into big-time football last season.
Absolutely, Sian, and Lord Chiwunga brings in a bit of experience, and he's got good ball control. He's got also good pace and knows when to take a crack at goal, and is one of the key players, is the go-to guy, especially in this encounter. He is going to be asking a lot of questions to the Harare City defenders.
He will definitely be. He was on the scoreboard in that game that I talked about when they trounced Triangle United by 3-1. This number 22 here is signing Edgar Chigiji, is a centre half, is signing from Banket United. He can also play in the middle as a defensive or even as an attacking midfielder. He holds on to the ball very well. He's a fine dribbler, and Black Rhinos had no hesitation in signing him from Banket United. So both teams are safe from relegation. They will be playing big-time football next season, but Herbert Marua still thinks that a top 4 finish is possible. I was talking to Mark Harrison earlier this morning when he was just relaxing after breakfast at his team's camp. I did ask him about the possibility of a top 4 finish. He wasn't too forward about it, but he said, listen, Charles, if it comes, I will grab it with both hands, and you can't blame him. And I don't know, Sparrow, for me, these two coaches here doing battle today, Herbert Marua and Mark Harrison, for me, they are strong contenders for the coach of the year at the end of the season.
Definitely, unfortunately, with the way it's picked up in our country, where
in recent years,
recent years, where the successful coach wins the league,
and then he
it's a
becomes
guaranteed
coach of the year.
But Herbert Marua and Mark Harrison have really transformed their sides. I mean, if you look at Harare City, it's a team that was relegated last season, and they came back in the Premiership through a franchise that they managed to buy, and he has transformed this team into a title contender, and they're just at a slow start, and I think for next season it will be one of the top teams to beat. Talking of Black Rhinos, I was a bit cagey when they appointed Herbert Marua. I was one of the doubting Thomas.
A lot of people were.
Definitely, but he has really transformed this team and has done a great job at Black Rhinos.
And we see the two pugilists just trotting onto the pitch now, or should I say, marching onto the pitch. And Chauya Chipembere, Black Rhinos, other hosts, taking on the Sunshine Boys for Harare City. Black Rhinos, the only team, or should I say, the only team to be promoted from Division 1 football and going to top flight football in their maiden season and win the league championship at top flight level. No team has ever done that. ZPC Kariba almost did it back in 2014, but they faltered on the very last day of the season. And Sparrow, it's a record that still stands proudly for the team that is walking onto the pitch wearing red on the pitch.
Really, definitely, it's a big record, and I don't see it being broken anytime soon. Maybe Manica and Diamonds that's coming into the Premiership next year, maybe they can want to fancy and do that, break that hoodie and also win the league on the year they've been promoted.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, Manica Diamonds, the Gem Boys, already promoted into the Premiership from the 4 Division 1 regions. We still have to find out who the other teams to be. Still a tight race in the northern region, the southern region, in the central region. But these two teams here, well, they will know all about playing in Division 1, won't they? Because Harare City did play there in the lower echelons after they were formed back in 1989. Of course, Rhinos formed at the end of 1982, and they got players from Dynamos and Caps United who were the cracks of that team. Is the players greeting now the officials. The hosts are Harare City, and the referee is Laurent Zimondi. He's going to be assisted by Alois Muzorori, and the second referee's assistant is Wellington Muzambani. And the reserve referee, they don't call him the fourth official nowadays, and there's confirmation there. Lawrence Zimondi just conducting the toss. The two captains on either side, Bruce Homora, number 3 for Black Rhinos, they call him ceasefire because that's what he does. When the opposition comes before him, he seizes fire, he makes them stop. And the captain for Harare City is Raymond Uchena. He had been missing in action for past couple of weeks, been injured, but he's now back in the fray. And yes, the very important photographs as ceasefire, Bruce Omora and Raymond Uchena just shake hands with the officials. Let's say the reserve official thanks Nyahuye, and the commissioner is Tendai Bwanya. The Sunshine Boys getting ready to go into battle. Like we said, Sparrow, both teams safe from relegation, but uppermost, especially in Herbert Marua's mind, is a top 4 finish. As we have a look at Black Rhinos, number 16 is goalkeeper Herbert Rusao. He makes a welcome return after a long layoff because the regular goalkeeper Ashley Reyners is ineligible after he got 3 yellow cards, so he's out of the game through suspension. So Rusao makes a welcome return and of course the number 14 on the right there is Lord Chiunga. Very surprising. He's not used as an out-and-out striker, but very surprising how he just comes in and bets the goals, Sparrow, and he is the leading goal scorer for Black Rhinos.
He's a fox in the box, knows to get in the correct positions, and he gets there and he managed to score. As we see the lineup for Harare City, of course, key players to look out there for Wilfred Muvirimi, of course, Melvin Gaki, not to have the best of games, but he's been playing well for Harare City, getting to start. Moses Mchenji has been the key man, especially in the middle of the park.
They call him the supplier.
Absolutely, he's done a great job.
Yep, a little hound in midfield. Moses Muchenje was the key player for Caps United and caught a lot of Caps United supporters by surprise when he announced that he was leaving. There he is, born and bred in the high-density suburb of Mbare, one of the finest midfielders in the country. So we'll have to see here just a point separating these two. Black Rhinos on 40, Harare City on 41. If Black Rhinos win today, they leapfrog Harare City and go into 6th place. Lawrence Zimondi gets us underway here at an empty National Sports Stadium. Black Rhinos playing from left to right. And they get an early bite there. That was Mukiwa, Malvin Mukiwa, but losing possession now. Harare City coming on the far side with Madaike. The right back today pushes it back to goalkeeper Ryan Harrison. Like I was saying, Englishman Mark Harrison is the only one, the only coach it seems like in Zimbabwe who is trusting, very positive about this rotation of players. And Sparrow, it has been working so brilliantly for him.
Absolutely, it's been working so brilliant, and no wonder why Harare City is playing well. It also gives the other players the confidence. They also feel they are part of the team, and whenever they are called to do duty, they'll always fit in the team easily.
Yes, every player was registered by Harare City, getting a feel of the ball, getting game time, and he's very positive about it. There's a crack at goal from a foreign just trying to test Herbert Rousseau there, but no problem. There he is. At one time last year, this man here was rated the best goalkeeper in the country. Even got a call-up to the Zimbabwean national team. Very trusted by Sunday Mofuji Zambwa he was. Then things just, he took a dip in form and things didn't work out so well for a time. And when Herbert Marua arrived at Black Rhinos as the head coach, of course last year, Stanford Sticks Mutizwa, the great one, was the head coach at Black Rhinos, and he had faith still in Herbert Rousseau. But when Marua arrived at Rhinos, he entrusted the #1 jersey to former Dynamos goalkeeper Ashley Reyners, who of course he had worked with before at Dynamos before he left for a short stint in Swaziland. And Rousseau has been on the bench. But Sparrow, I don't know, Rousseau and Reyners, is there much to choose between?
There isn't much to choose between the two. It's just that Herbert is trusting Reyners as a player he worked with from the Dynamos juniors as well as the Dynamos first team.
Yes, so at least Rousseau now gets a feel of the ball, and he'll want to prove to Coach Yuba that no, I don't deserve to be sitting on the bench. But we'll see how it goes. If you're just joining us, and almost, I think, a virtually empty National Sports Stadium, and Ryan Harrison used to playing before big crowds. I'm sure he enjoyed the other day the outing against Dynamos, where he gave a brilliant account of himself. Was actually the outstanding player for Harare City when Harare City edged Dynamos the other day by 1-0. And his dad, Mark, he carries a proud record. The only coach from Harare City to beat Dynamos twice. He's done that. Big boy Mawiwi only managed to beat Dynamos once. Taurai Mangwiro only managed to beat Dynamos once in the Chibuku Super Cup back in 2014. But this guy's dad here has beaten Dynamos twice on in league encounters. Is Muchenje now sweeps it forward looking for Ishmael Wadi, but the Rhinos rear guard, they went to sleep for a bit there as Wadi centers it. Muchenje's touch back to Muchenje as Harare City look for the first look in. Can they get it? They're still trying there with Wadi, but Mukiwa is going to lose it. There was Chikiji the number 22. He concedes a throw-in to the Sunshine Boys. Well, the Harare City choir, I'm sure you can hear them from your speakers there at home or in the sports bars. The choir just keeps playing on and on and on. Here's Mpelele now. A signing from Wange for Harare City. He took the throw and swept away by Augustine Mpara. The changes touch. There was Moyambo trying to pick out Movirimi. Comes now. Here's Harare City. They were trying to do something tricky there with Movirimi, but it didn't work out. And Black Rhinos now can get a look in. They had been playing second fiddle for the last starting minutes or so, but now they get a look in, and they concede another throw-in. The last time they met in the reverse fixture at Rufaro Stadium, it ended goalless. Muyambo's throw, the flick, didn't pay off. Kapinda now, looking for Mbara, the former Dynamo's man. Kapinda pushes it, finding Taderera. Mukiwa, Kapinda. As Rhinos slowly build it up like that, looking for Jaravani, the new kid on the block, the number 31, signed from Swaziland side Manzini Wanderers. Herbert Marua had a stint at Manzini Wanderers in Swaziland. That's where he worked with the Rhinos number 31, Tafadzwa Jaravani. He liked what he saw when he came here to Zimbabwe. He recalled him. Well, Marua didn't have an amicable parting with Manzini Wanderers. The story was that this was the outfit where way back in the coach's salary, and the coach, he didn't want to have any more waiting, and he decided to part ways with them and headed back to Zimbabwe and joined Black Rhinos. Well, when he went to Swaziland, he had first started at Dynamos with the juniors. He worked with this number 29 here, Augustine Mbara, in the Dynamos juniors. That is why when he arrived at Rhinos, he called Augustine Mbara, who had an unhappy stint in South Africa. Things didn't go pretty well for him, and now looking rosy for him at Black Rhinos. He scored the best of the 3 goals in the 3-1 drilling of Triangle United the other day at the sports stadium. There was a crack at goal from a far range, and it caught a deflection. Sure, Ryan Harrison will tell you that he had it covered. Corner kick, the first of the afternoon, going the Zimbabwean National Army side's way. Well, here they'll be looking for the number 17, Wellington Taderera, to try and do something. Let's see now how they're going to dispatch this one. Madiwa behind it. He floats. Who is to climb? Oh, there was no climber there, and he lets the ball trickle out. Oh, that was a good control by Jaravani. He sent us there. Oh, this one should have got a taker. Oh, that was a brilliant setup by Jaravani, and Taderera was just too slow to arrive. Otherwise, it could have been hectic for Harare City there, Sparrow.
A good chance, good ball by Jaravani in the box, and the Black Rhinos failing to utilize the good ball that's put in the box, and the chance goes begging.
Oh, the chance went begging, but the Zimbabwean National Army side are not finished, not yet. Another delivery coming from Mpara, no problem for Harrison.
And talking of the South African players not doing well, Mpara, one of the players, you look at Prince Dube is back now for Islanders, because Sibanda is also with the Islanders, left to go to South Africa, and things not working well for our players. I'm not sure what it could be. Maybe the players are going there before they're ready. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. Maybe the big lights of Joburg, of Cape Town,
Yes.
of Durban are playing tricks with them. I really don't know. You know, our top players, Denver Mukamba, another one who really didn't make it in South Africa. Evans Gwekwerere Bora, you remember him, I think didn't really work out there. And Mbara back now at Harare, at Black Rhinos instead. Let's see now how Harare City are going to build this one. Chapusha's touch. Looking for support. Finding it in the form of Muyambo. Muyambo striding through. Looking for Muchenje. Cut away by Homora. Black Rhinos get into the thick of things again. Kapinda's layoff. He was looking for Jaravani and giving chase there was Taderera, but he could not latch onto it. It's going to be a throw-in to Black Rhinos. Well, nothing really to get these two sides apart because Harare City did take off like a whirlwind, like a Justin Gatlin on the 100-meter dash. And this man here provided a fine delivery that was not put away by Taderera. That one was cut away by Chapusha. Let's see Chapusha again underneath it. Headed away, it's Chapusha again at number 3. Oh, a chance here for Black Rhinos! Oh, he should have done better, and he knows that he should have kept it down.
Definitely should have done better, or he could have squared the ball as Chigiji was lurking there, but he opted to go for the power drive, just skying it over the Lochiunga.
There was the man they call Chibodoro, the little number 14, and he catches himself. Yes, those ones he usually puts away. The leading goal scorer for Black Rhinos, 11 goals to his credit, 4 goals behind FC Platinum's Rodwell Chinyengetere, and he's still looking to power the goals forward. And we've only got about 6 games or so, isn't it? And our leading goal scorer, just under 20 goals. Whew. How times have changed. But let's see if Black Rhinos here can change the course of things now. On the overlap was Jaravani, but cut away by Chapusha. And they come forward now. Harare City, but taken away again. Tadera's touch. Jaravani. Oh, he's been so imperious so far, somewhat imperious. Jaravani, the number 31 for Rhinos, because he's knitting those together. Here is Kapinda. Jaravani, the number 31 I was talking about, the former Manzini Wanderers player. Well, he's doing well. He had tried to pick out Taderera there, and that was a stray effort. Needless effort indeed. No problem for the goalkeeper, but this man here has been really delighting. Look at that touch as he swept up past his marker, past Hastings Chapusha, and he was going to thread it through there, Sparrow, and whoo, that was very close, wasn't it?
Very close. A good ball by Joran in the box, and Tadera couldn't take there.
Yes, Taderera didn't take, couldn't take, and another chance goes begging. Well, in the first half, against Triangle United, Black Rhinos took off like a whirlwind. Yes, like another Justin Gatlin. Nowadays, you don't talk of Usain Bolt finish, isn't it? The fastest man over 100 meters in the world is American Justin Gatlin. He is taking that mantle away from Usain Bolt, who had been the fastest men in the world of 100 meters for so long. Now that mantle belongs to Gatlin. That's how Black Rhinos took off, and he was a part of the action. Well, he led the proceedings from the bench that day against Triangle United, and they thumped them 3-1. And those goals are coming from Farai Banda, who's not in the lineup today. Augustine Mbara coming with a fine driller, a blockbuster of a finisher, and then you know who, of course, the number 14 Lord Chiunga getting the third one, and Triangle United getting their face saver from Simba Makoni that day.
Yes, indeed. I think for Triangle, it's also another team that has put up a good performance this season. Taurai Mangwire has really transformed, as we see how the free kick was committed there by Mbara.
Yes, Wilfred Muvirimi TK knocked out himself by Mbara. Well, not quite. And then he was trying to tussle for possession with Donald Mudadi, the Rhinos number 6. And the referee, Lawrence Zimondi, spot on, awarding the free kick to Harare City. Going to be taken by Pritchard Mpelele. We haven't got a look in some time. That's months back now in the Zimbabwe Warriors lineup. Under Sunday Mofuji Zambwa, but things didn't turn out well. Maybe he's on the road back now. Let's see now. Some tussles. The referee, Lawrence Zimondi, trying to put order here and giving some warnings. The Rhinos number 6 is Donald Mudadi. And just telling him the number 27 is forgotten, Masimba Mambare. Yes, you remember him? The Dynamo supporters will definitely do. There was a push and off the ball incident, but the referee was not interested, or he didn't have a look at it, but there wasn't much complaining from the Harare City player. I think that was Ishmael Wadi. And so Black Rhinos are going to take the free kick. Herbert Rusawo. I don't know whether he's going to make his way back, but I can tell you that I was one of those last year as well who agreed with those who were saying that at one time he was the best goalkeeper in the country. I think he kept that position for the early months of the season last year, and he did very well, and that's how he got a call-up to the Zimbabwe Warriors side. Well, maybe there's still a chance for him to come back. That was a take on the turn, but the referee had already spotted an impediment by Malvin Gaki. The number 10 is the supplier, Moses Muchenje, just watches over. Let's see now. Wellington Taderera was going to pull the trigger, and Lenmo Muyambo, no, it wasn't. It was Gareth Madaike who short-changed him. And Mark Harrison just wondering how this thing will pan out. The game will pan out at the end. I did ask him rather lightheartedly the other day whether he was related to the late great Beatle George Harrison, and he laughed and he said, CNN, where did you come with that one? I said, well, I just wanted to know. He said, no relation to the former great Beatles singer. Right, let's see now. Can Rhinos sing first here? That was Mbara, was trying to go for his trademark blockbuster, but it caught a deflection and it didn't worry Ryan Harrison.
Caught a deflection and wasted the opportunity by Black Rhinos from just about 25 yards away. Ryan Harrison's goal. I think there's an opportunity to take a crack at goal from the dead ball.
It was, but it was not to be. So he's still goalless here. Is it going to end the same way it did at Rufaro Stadium in the reverse fixture? Let's wait and find out. Throw in to Black Rhinos.
You were talking of Herbert Rizau. I think when you're at the top, it's very difficult to maintain those levels. I think he needed to continue working even much harder for him to maintain that level. Yes, at that stage, he was the best goalkeeper in town.
As Wellington Taderera best through, but Ryan Harrison comes out of his area there to plug that ball to safety. This is a very dependable goalkeeper, you know. Against Dynamos, I thought that they were a bit unlucky to come out of Rufaro Stadium with nothing to show for their second half performance. They could have come away with a point, but it was the big Harare City goalkeeper who kept them at bay, and he kept Black Rhinos at bay on that occasion. Here's Harare City prepared to take the throw-in. Gareth Madaike is going to take the throw on the far side for the Sunshine Boys. The control was by Wadi. Let's see now what they can do. The delivery by Madaike was a poor one. It's going to be a goal kick to Black Rhinos. Black Rhinos, I did tell you about them being promoted in '84 and wrenching the top flight league then. That side contained household names then. You talked of the great Stanford Six Motizwa, the great Stanley Sinyon Dunduma, the great Maronga Nyangela, the bomber. You talked of Jafet Moparusa in goal, Leslie Kamuyoyo, a roughing left winger. Oh, those were the glory days for Rhinos. Still trying to come back and emulate that side. Well, we'll see. Herbert Marua thinks that those days can come back. He's really confident about it. Well, let's wait to see if those days can come back. Here's Black Rhinos mount another attack. That was a free kick. The guilty party once again, Madaike. And Lawrence Zimondi just going there to have a word with him. Masimba Mambare was going there on his trademark run, and he was hacked down by William Manondo. Free kick to Black Rhinos. Well, here was a powerhouse winger, even a midfielder, Masimba Mambare. At Highlanders, he was awesome. But when he joined Dynamos, he really never continued with that touch. It sort of deserted him. He was operating in flashes, in feet and starts, and he really never got going, and injuries as well were his undoing. And finally, he has settled now at Black Rhinos, probably trying to resurrect his career where there is not much pressure. Black Rhinos gets a free kick, a corner kick, 1-1 on the corner kick count. And this man here just instructing his defense to see if they can keep tight tabs. Number 24 is Lenmo Muyambo, just keeping tight rein on the Rhinos. Number 17, Wellington Taderera. Let's see now what Rhinos can do with this corner kick here. Going to be taken by Jaravani, the impressive one. There was Mbara giving chase. He tried from afar there, but didn't pay off. No problem for Ryan Harrison.
No problem for Ryan. I thought he should have floated the ball in the box. There were 3 red jerseys anticipating a cross, but opted to go for the shot, and which was the wrong decision.
Yes, he should have gone for that, but it didn't pay off, and that's why Harare City were in no trouble at all. The referee stopped the play because in collusion with his assistant referee, Mark Harrison always wears his heart on his sleeve, just like he's doing here. He's a man who will, belt out and say what he thinks. And that time they didn't think too kindly of referee Lawrence Zimondi, as they take it away now with the supplier. This is the man who drives Harare City, Moses Muchenche, Muvirimi, Chapusha, Manondo. Let's see now. They push it forward. The delivery. Should we even call it a delivery? And he knows, yes, he should have done better. Ishmael Wadi, the sharpshooter. Well, maybe he's always used to be at the end of those ones. He never can manufacture them.
Absolutely, he's always used to be at the end of that one there. It was a water ball cross. It would have been a good cross had he been playing for the Sables.
It definitely would have been if he had been playing for the Sables. But pity. Maybe he will think about playing for the Sables one day. Ismail Wadi will, as Harare City regain possession. Movirimi's layoff, but it found no taker, and it's Rusawo's easy collection. He hasn't been troubled, not yet. The Black Rhinos number 1 today, Rusawo, always says that his inspiration came from a former Spanish institution, Iker Casillas, who of course is no longer a Spanish international now. He is now with Porto Football Club in Portugal, but still a revelation, or should I say an inspiration between the goalposts for Porto. They won the league championship in Portugal last season, and they are there at the top once again in Portugal. Well, he never played in Portugal. Ryan Harrison played for a couple of lower league sides in England before he joined his dad in South Africa at Golden Arrows, where they didn't stay long, and he went back to England. And then when his dad came here, he called him back. He called him to join him in Zimbabwe. That is why Ryan Harrison is now playing his trade for Harare City in Zimbabwe. Black Rhinos come away now with the men they call Gaucho. That's Augustin Barra. It's headed away, but it falls kindly here to Wellington Taderera. The control was his undoing, and it's swept away by Harare City. Going to be the referee just going there to have a few words with somebody. Is Tafadzwa Jaravani, the impressive player for Black Rhinos, seemed to take a tumble there, but nothing that the referee will give a foul for. Is Edgar Chigiji, the number 22, just tries to go back or walks back to his rear guard so that Jaravani can dispatch the throw-in. Kapinda's touch. looking for Taderera. Swept away by Harare City's rear guard. Throw in once again to Black Rhinos. They talk about the great side that he thinks can be emulated upon. The great side of 1984, of course, contained a midfield genius by the name of Hamid Dana, who I must say going through some disturbing days, diagnosed with cancer of the colon. But the good news is earlier in the week he underwent a successful operation. Hamid Dana did in the capital, and now he has to undergo the chemotherapy. The operation was successful, and Dana was a fighter in the middle of the pack for Rhinos and the Zimbabwe Warriors, and we all pray, we all hope that Dana will keep on fighting because the chemotherapy now, that's what he has to undergo. But what a midfielder that was. Yes, Kapinda trying to do some midfield probings, but it didn't pay off. It swept away. That's Chapusha now, swept away eventually by Ryan Harrison. If you're just joining us, still goalless here. Nothing much to shout home about. As referee Lawrence Zimondi spotted an infringement, and he awards a free kick to Harare City. The guilty party was Masimba Mambare. At Dynamos, they used to call him Masimba Mutimbare Mambare. Now, I don't know. You still can't call him that at Black Rhinos, will you?
No, you still can't call him that.
You can't. Maybe the Rhino supporters should call him Masimba Muraino Mambare. Yeah, Masimba Mambare. I'm sure he will come back. I'm sure there's still plenty that we can expect from Masimba Mambare. When he was at Highlanders, like I was saying, how he was awesome. And he always used to come out alive at Dynamos whenever they were playing Highlanders. He always used to score against Highlanders. Well, his Rhinos now want to score here. Oh, Ryan Harrison did brilliantly to parry that one away because it had goal from the moment it left that boot. He did very, very well, this big goalkeeper here. Let's see it again. And yes, you guessed, you know who powered it forward. The little dynamo, Lot Chiunga, and it was parried away by Ryan Harrison.
Great goalkeeping by Ryan Harrison, and what a hit by...
Oh, a chance here. Oh, I thought he was going to place it, but it seemed like he was going to pass it. Oh, that one, a moment of madness there. I think he should have, let's see there, he should have put that one away, but he wanted to pass the ball into the back of the net, and only a player called Dennis Beckham, who used to play for Arsenal, could pass the ball into the back of the net. He couldn't on that occasion. But Harare City are not finished. They're coming again after that near miss. Well, there was action at one end from Lord Chiunga, and then Harare City could have actually gone in front. Well, here they are again now. Lenmo Muyambo flicks it forward, and there was a turn. Well, a half turn by Ishmael Wadi, but didn't pay off.
Yes, Charles, CNN, I mean, action, Lord Chiunga with a shot at goal and a great save, quickly taken by Ryan Harrison, and it picked up by Wadi, who, as we see that hit from Lord Chiunga, a great save, and Mambare couldn't convert the rebound.
Brilliant save by Harrison. As you saw him, he was falling, and he just used his left arm to parry that one away. The little number 14. That's why they call him Chibodoro, the little bottle. Chibodoro reminds me of the great musician, legendary musician Chibodoro. Of course, you all know him. John Muyambo, his real name. And well, they liken Lord Chiunga like the pint-sized one, the little bottle. And there the little bottle let out a wisp of hot air, and it was parried away by Ryan Harrison.
Absolutely. Yep. Ryan Harrison saving the day. Of course, you can't talk of Chibodoro, not talking of Mkadota.
Yes, in case you're wondering, yes, the original Chibodoro is still alive and well and kicking and still hitting the drums in the musical circles. So is Lord Chiunga still alive and well and kicking and scoring for Rhinos. As Rhinos come now from the back. Still possession, they hold on to it. That's Chiwunga. He was going to try and pick out somebody there, but it didn't pay off. Goal kick to Harare City.
Great play from Lord Chiwunga, and he's a clever player, CNN. He goes in the middle of the park and sometimes he drifts wide and he gets good cross in the ball. That time he tried to pick up Masimba Mambare. And you were talking of Masimba Mambare is one player who I must say maybe age is getting on the wrong side of it, but he has a successful career, winning the league with motor action and also going to Highlanders, like Redvi said, had a great stint with the Highlanders. Also played for the national team and scored some crucial goals and won the COSAFA Cup.
Oh yes, he really did. When the COSAFA Cup then was won that time, 2 years back, as Harare City come with a floater. Oh, this is what Herbert Rousseau is all about. Rousseau, I'd missed those airborne clutches, and Gareth Madaike just producing that one. A yellow card produced by Lawrence Zemondi for that one. Kapinda just protesting his innocence. What did I do there? But Lawrence Zemondi just saw something wrong with it. Let's have another look. Madaike's delivery and Rousseau's airborne catch. Well, then the referee saw something wrong with that. Herbert Rousseau just receiving attention. I hope that it won't be anything serious. I won't say worried faces, worried postures from Bruce Omora, the Black Rhinos captain, and Wanda Kapinda, just wondering if their goalkeeper can carry on with it. He's feeling fine now. He will carry on with it.
He'll carry on. There's a good gesture there, CNN, where the referee jokingly talking to the Black Rhinos captain, who had given a yellow card. I think must have been for dissent. But what I liked of that, they shook hands, they smiled about it, and the match continues.
Yes, Bruce Omora sees fire, seizing fire there, or accepting the ceasefire and shake from this man here who is having a drink of water. Yes, it's quite hot nowadays, isn't it? And I bet you are having something to drink there. As long as you take it nice and slow. I like to drink plenty and plenty of mineral water. It keeps me going. You should try that if one day you want to be a commentator. Yes, that's the secret, isn't it? Plenty and plenty of mineral water and none of that other drink.
You let the cat out of the bag.
Yes, if you're used to that other drink, you'll never make it in the commentary business. Just stick to plenty and plenty of mineral water. It's still 0-0 here. Just about under a quarter of an hour to go. Remember, I did tell you that it was 0-0 in the reverse fixture at Rufaro a couple of months back. Still 0-0 here now. The last time that Black Rhinos played a league game, of course, we all know they thumped Triangle United 3-1, and there's confirmation of the scoreline. And Harare City didn't do too well against Chicken Inn in their last league encounter, although odds-on favorites now to win the Chibuku Super Cup yet once again. Harare City, of course, they've won it twice. They won the inaugural tournament in 2014 under Big Boy Mawiwi, under Taurai Mangwiro rather, and then they won it 3 years later under Biffy, of course, the coach we call Biffy. That's Biffy Ngube, who is now, of course, no longer. He's now coaching in the first division. As Black Rhinos try to do something here, but Ryan Harrison sees to it that nothing further can be done. Just having a few words with his number 6 captain, Raymond Uchena, but the free kick goes the way of Black Rhinos. So Rhinos are going to take it. Well, Harare City definitely odds-on favorites to retain the Chibuku Super Cup. But, well, you can never know. Caps United are still in there. Dynamos are there as well. Triangle United, those are the 4, of course, together with Harare City. But for now, they can forget about the Chibuku Super Cup and concentrate on this one. But for now, Rhinos are concentrating on the free kick. And of course, Harare City concentrating on keeping them at bay. The number 4 is Wanda Kapinda. Is he going to curl it in? Or is going to... Yes, it's going to be Wanda Kapinda. Oh, that was a lovely free kick, but in the end it didn't pay off. But cleverly done by Black Rhinos. In the end, it didn't fool Ryan Harrison.
That was textbook material, training, what they do at training. Everybody thought he was going to curl the ball in and just slick the ball past to Mkiwa, and we tried to go for the near post. But I must say, good work, and that's exactly what you see, a team that's working hard at training.
Oh yeah, and this I think is straight from the textbook of Mark Harrison, that free kick there. But here come Harare City now, Ismail Wadi trying to do something. But they get a second bite of the cherry, but not for now. It's swept out by Chikiji to give away a throw-in to the Sunshine Boys. Under 12 minutes to go. Can we get a goal here to liven up things? A very small crowd here. Pritchard Mpelele behind the second corner kick for the Sunshine Boys. He floats. Rosawa missed it. He could have paid dearly for that one. But Rhinos come forward now. But I think that one had already gone out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Harare City. And Lord Chiwunga couldn't believe it. He thought he was going to streak away there speedily. And a header by Wadi. No problem for Rosawa. There is the trusted lieutenant of Mark Harrison, the other Mark Mate. When he arrived at Caps United, Mark Harrison, he found Mark Mate there, and then when he left and he headed to Botswana, won the championship with Township Rollers, came back to Zimbabwe and recalled Mark Mate from Caps United to join him at Harare City. So the two Marks making a mark at Harare City.
Definitely, Mark Mate is a very good coach here, who I must feel he didn't get enough chance when he was a head coach at Highlanders. I think they were not a bit patient with him, but he's a very good coach. And Mark Harrison noticed him and took him aboard.
Yes, a trusted lieutenant of the Englishman, Mark Mate, and they've been plotting their way out of danger. And now, listen, mathematically, it's possible for them to have a top 4 finish. Free kick this time going to Black Rhinos. Lot Chiwunga. Well, he has been involved in the thick of things. The little bottle, Chibodoro, he has been involved in the thick of things. And that time he was shortchanged by Pritchard Mpelele.
What I liked of him is so balanced, good ball control, took the ball, sold a dummy like he's going there, and they had to bring him down. That's the only way they can stop him.
The only way you can stop Chiwunga. Let's see what Jaravani can do now with this delivery. Under 9 minutes to go. Mark Harrison's catch. Should I say Mark Harrison's son's catch?
Ryan.
Ryan Harrison's catch it was. And definitely I think nobody will begrudge me. One of the best goalkeepers in the country today. I think top 5.
Absolutely. For me, I'll put him in the top 3. If you look at when he started playing, people thought he was playing because his father is the coach, but he's proved himself. He's shown that he's a great goalkeeper. And not only can he make saves, he can also play the ball with his feet.
Oh yeah, he can. The sweeper type of play there, and I think taught by his dad, Mark. As a delivery comes through and it catches a deflection, it's going to be the third corner kick to Harare City. 3-1 on corner kicks, but the scoreboard is still blank here at the National Sports Stadium. The Harare City ensemble, the choir, plays on and on and on as Herbert Rousseau keeps on giving out the instructions to his soldier mates. Wadi will be there. Madaike is going to come with the delivery. Wadi will be expected to climb. So will be the man they call TK, Wilfred Muvirimi. He floats and commotion and loose ball. It could be anybody's ball, this one. And some turning and twisting. And in the end, it's just a scramble. And in the end, it's Rosawa's ball. Easy collection.
Some anxious moments there for the Black Rhinos defense, quarter 6 and 7, but they managed to just be calm and defend the situation.
They did defend the situation. The long ball from Rousseau and headed away by Uchenna. But here comes another good layoff, a chance. He could not control. That was another brilliant layoff set up so well. But the Black Rhinos forward could not take his time to control, or he should have just controlled so well. Maybe he had a chance. He would have had a chance against Ryan Harrison. But here come Black Rhinos again with Kapinda. Mukiwa. The big boot of Uchena sweeps it away to give away a throw-in. Well, we haven't seen much of Moses Muchenje in the middle of the park. Usually when he's on song, the drum beat goes. Here comes that setup from Wellington Taderera, and too slow. Too slow he was, eh? Otherwise, he should have put that one away. As Rhinos again, they're trying now to have these cracks from far ranges. That was Masimba Mambare, who failed to set himself up to control. He would have fenced him against Ryan Harrison, but he failed miserably to control. Here come Harare City now. Black Rhinos could be punished, and the delivery was poor. Well taken by Kapinda. And Black Rhinos come again now. Mambare pushes it back to Mukiwa. Muchenje's touch. Oh, that's what he can do. Here he is again, the supplier. He supplies everything for Harare City. Madaike was looking for Muyambo for the return. It didn't pay off, but they get a second look in with the throw-in. You see, every time, like I said, when Moses Muchenje, the number 8 for the Sunshine Boys, comes into song, everybody dances for the Harare party goers.
Yes, you were talking of Muchenje not in the game, but you got to give credit to Jaravani and Wanda Kapinda, who are playing in the middle of the park. As you see, the Black Rhinos bench just happy with what's happening.
Chiwunga's layoff, the header didn't come away again. Another disappointing outing yet once again there, and Mark Harrison didn't seem to like it. Under 5 minutes to go. We had a short glimpse there of the Rhinos bench of former Rhinos goalkeeper Brito Guerre. A goalkeeper of note. He actually played for Highlanders in the early 90s and was a very, very good goalkeeper for Highlanders before he trotted to other pastures and eventually ended up at Black Rhinos. He played for them in Division 1, but now he is the goalkeeper's coach at Black Rhinos. As they prepare to take a goal kick, that's Hebed Rousseau for his team, Black Rhinos. When Black Rhinos won that league title back in 1984, they actually won the FIFA Cup as well. A league and cup double in their first year in the top flight. And they would go on to win the league title again 3 years later. Of course, with the likes of Mutizwa Ntuntuma, Dana, Nyangela, Kamuyoyo, Makoni, a gift whom we used to call Shaft. And that was 87. That was the last time Rhinos won the league title. Here they are again. And again, Marua, the coach, thinks that those happy days can come back for the Rhino supporters. Here comes Jaravani. His layoff was poor, whacked away by Chapusha. And Harare City now, they can come forward looking for Muvirimi. That was a tussle, and it was won by Rhinos. Malvin Gaki was going for the challenge, but beaten to it. He came out second best. Mbara's layoff, a long one. The flick. Oh, well done by Rhinos. The referee waves a play on. Is he going to give them the free kick now? No, I don't think he will. It's still a Rhinos ball. The control again is undoing. Mambare again failing to control, and the referee there didn't stop play for what appeared to be that foul, but could have deemed it as a 50-50 ball. The number 8 is Moses Muchenje. He hasn't really struck his violin to his strongest chord that he plays to, because we know he can always do that. Harare City formed back in 1989 as a social side, and then 3 years later they went into the lower division, Division 3, and they bounced back and forth from Division 3, Division 1, and so on. At one time, as we see again, that foul Chapusha on Kapinda.
Looked like a clash of heads, CNN.
Clash of heads it was, yes, Sparrow. And well, the referee didn't wave play on here, but I think he then later on stopped the play because the clash of heads is a bit tricky, as we see there Chapusha feeling the knock again, and yes, he felt the knock. Then that is why the referee Lawrence Monti very right to stop play so that the two players could be attended to, and they were attended to. Raymond Uchena, the Harare City captain, finding something to say to his teammate. Under 2 minutes, and this goalkeeper was involved in a brilliant stop to deny Chibodoro Loti Chiunga from taking Black Rhinos ahead. Here they come again, Black Rhinos. Again, the pass by Mambari, leaving a lot to be desired. Free kick, says referee Zemondi, for that foul or that illegal challenge upon Wellington Taderera. Wanda Kapinda is going to take the free kick. There he was. The supplier caught him. I think he caught him late. Or he was caught late, but the supplier seemed to have saying, "Ref, I didn't do anything wrong." Kapinda now for Black Rhinos with the free kick. Oh, it's going to be Mbara. He can crack them, but not on that occasion. Headed goalward. Kapinda again involved. Well, Jaravani, the number 31, who seemed to have started very well for the Soldiers, seemed to have fizzled out now. And Kapinda, the number 4, seems to be the one who is running the midfield battle. And I must say, if the truth be told, having an edge over Moses Muchenje, who is usually the boss in midfield over any opposition. But Kapinda doing very well to stuff out the men they call the supplier. Here they come now with a supply. Can they do something? Here comes Movirimi. He says he was blocked. Does the referee agree with him? And I think he agreed with him. It's going to be a free kick to Harare City. There was the block. And I think the referee was right.
The referee was right. Poor defending from the captain there, putting his team under unnecessary pressure with about a few minutes to play. We have just played 45 minutes on our clock. And let's see what Harare City can do with the chance that has been presented to them.
2 minutes minimum at a time here. Let's see now what can they do. Behind it is, of course, it has to be Moses Muchenje. Is it? No, it's not Muchenje. It's Wadi. He should be in there waiting for the end ball, shouldn't he? But Wadi opts, he prefers to take the delivery. Thought Muchenje would take it, but Wadi is there, Movirimi is there, and Muchenje there as well.
Don't tell me.
Queuing up for something. What is delivery? Headed away there by Chikiji. Oh, a chance here. Can Harare City break the ice? The 10 by Manondo, it didn't pay off. The referee had already spotted an offside decision against him. The assistant referee to the accompaniment of his boss. So that's why Black Rhinos are taking the free kick. And the referee Lawrence Zimondi says there won't be any further play. The 2 minutes of stoppage time minimum that we played up, and like last time it was goalless at the end of the 90 minutes. After 45 minutes, yes, Sparrow, it is goalless at the National Sports Stadium.
Yes, indeed, a very good first half for Black Rhinos, who I must say got in more promising position than Harare City. I mean, they had players like Wanda Kapinda, Jaravani, Lord Chunga. These were key players for Black Rhinos that came to the party. Had a great first half for Harare City, for Black Rhinos, and they actually got 3 or 4 chances in the box. For Harare City, they had a couple of chances. Wadi, when he had the 1-1 was the situation with the goalkeeper, I don't know why they tried to pass the ball in the back of the net instead of taking a crack at goal. That was one of the real chances for Harare City, and that save from Ryan Harrison is the why Harare City is still at goalless here at the National Sports Stadium.
Yes, let's relive the first half highlights.
Well, 0-0 it is at halftime here at the National Sports Stadium. In the first half, that was largely dominated by Black Rhinos, but Harare City also getting their chances. I am still joined on pitch side by Alois Bunjira. Well, Alois, 0-0 at halftime. Your thoughts about how the teams applied themselves in the first half, where Black Rhinos seemed to dominate proceedings?
Yeah, I agree with you 100% that Black Rhinos obviously have seen the better piece of the first half. They've dominated. I should say, especially in the first 20 minutes, I didn't even see the goalkeeper of Black Rhinos touching the ball. There was only one goal kick, and that was it. That was the only time that Harare City actually entered into the attacking third of Black Rhinos. Nicely shaped, and they are attacking very well. They created chances as well. I think Black Rhinos should have scored by now, because they invaded the Harare City final third a lot of times, sometimes through build up, sometimes through route one football. They are varying their approach towards the Harare City at defending third, and I'm impressed by Black Rhinos. They're knocking the ball very well. They're keeping it very well. The only problem is Lot. At times he is losing a few more balls than he should. When they hit the route one, he's not holding the ball. He's not keeping the ball for the team. But when they play on the ground, when they attack on the ground, they're actually very impressive.
One of the impressive moves from a Black Rhinos perspective was the top-class save made by Ryan Harrison of Lot Chunga Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I think that was one of the chances that Rhinos could have scored from. He took it very well. The technique was very good. Unfortunately, the height of the shot was favorable to the goalkeeper, and he did justice to it. And hats off as well. Clap hands for the goalkeeper. He did so well. Some goalkeepers would want to be top class and want to handle that ball first time. Usually it's very difficult, but he made the decision to just punch the ball out, and it worked. And because that was very powerful, and well done to Ryan. He did well. He saved his team from that. And I also thought that Lot Chunga could have scored from the ball that he got from wide on the right. I think he was flat-footed. If he was aware, if he had gone into that box with a plan and aware with the instinct that the ball might come to me, I think he would have done better. He would have controlled that ball and followed it, because he was like 8 meters away from the goal.
And earlier on, you spoke about variation. You talked about at times Black Rhinos opting for the long ball, and they seem to be dominating that second ball.
Yeah, like I said before the match, I watched Black Rhinos play against Triangle. They were using that route one football a lot, hitting Lot Chunga, and they were coming in. That's how they destroyed Triangle. They beat them 3-1 here. But today, unfortunately, Lot has not come to the party. He is not holding onto the ball the way he should. But the good thing about Black Rhinos is that even if the defense is the one that is getting the ball and clearing the ball, they are still first to the second ball as well. So we can actually say it's working, because even if Lot is not getting it, they are still going for the second ball. So I think the Harare City defensive midfielder, especially, he is not covering his defense well when there's route one football. He needs to be picking up those balls, but unfortunately he is getting beaten to it all the time. And Black Rhinos now look very dangerous on the second ball, but his defense is doing so well. They're winning balls away against Lot, but then he is not picking up the second ball. So I think if Mark Harrison wants to talk about his players in the changing room, I think that's one aspect that he needs to solve, that his defensive midfielder is not picking up the second balls.
Having talked about the dominance by Black Rhinos, Harare City also getting chances of their own, in particular one that fell to Ismail Wadi 1v1 situation, but at the end of the day lacking composure.
Yeah, I don't really understand why. Black Rhinos have dominated. But when you look at it, it was Harare City who got the best chance of the day. 1v1 with the goalkeeper. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to dribble the goalkeeper, but he was already there. All he needed to do was to slot the ball in, but he tried to dribble the goalkeeper when he had the defender just by his shoulders. It was always going to be difficult. You want to dribble the goalkeeper when you are 1v1 with him and there's no other third party. And the bad part about it, he dribbled going on the side where the defender was. He could have opted to go on the other side where there was nobody, but he went in the direction of the defender, and the defender just went in front of him and collected the ball. So I thought that he could have been more composed or more smarter than that. He could have just slotted that ball in. But these things happen in football, indecision, a bad decision and all that. But I'm sure that you will look back and say, you know what, I could have done better that one.
Interestingly, Mark Harrison seems to be a frustrated figure in that Harare City bench. Black Rhinos appear to have read their game, closing them early. We did talk about the Sunshine Boys preferring the scenario where they build from the back, but Black Rhinos letting them build from the back, but then sucking them into the middle third.
Yeah, I think that's their game plan. They are doing it. They're doing it very well. So when you see Mark Harrison is getting frustrated, he's got all the reason to be, because it's not working out. It's not really working out for their team. I actually blame it on the midfielders. They are not getting available quick enough, and they are getting closed down. They are trying to start from the back. The defense is doing their job. The goalkeeper is doing his job. They are building up from the back, but they're being snuffed in the midfield. So I just think that the midfield is not mobile enough. I was talking about it off air as well, that Moses Mchenji hasn't clicked. We don't see a lot of him. He's the one who is supposed to be coming down, get the balls from Lenmo Miyambo. Lenmo Miyambo also, he needs to get deeper. When you want to start from the back, your defensive midfielder has to come deeper, to collect those balls, because all Harare City all Black Rhinos are doing, they're coming back, get back into shape. So it's up to Moses Mchenji and Lenmo Miyambo to actually initiate those moves, because the defense is getting the balls. They are starting from the back well. But what do you do when you start from the back? You want your midfielders to collect those balls, to carry, fetch and carry. Moses Mchenji is supposed to be the fetch and carry guy, when Lenmo Miyambo is supposed to be the initiator. You see, so they are not doing it very well. That's why they're getting snuffed in midfield, and they're giving the edge to Black Rhinos.
Should we expect any changes from Harare City? We know on the bench they've got the likes of Tendai Samanja, they have Tatenda Tumba, they've got the experienced Kudakwashe Msharo as well.
I think the first thing that they need to fix is what I said about collecting the second ball. You don't really need to make a substitution for that. You just need to tell the player to be aware of what is happening, to change his game plan, to change the way he's playing. But should they need a substitute, I think Tatenda Tumba can be an option, because now you need creativity. This is one thing that this game is lacking. Everything is basic. We have seen basic football all the 45 minutes. We need somebody who can delight the crowd, somebody who can unlock the defense, who can unlock the midfield, somebody who can give us something else, more flair, more skill and all that. And Tatenda Tumba has got the skills to do that. That's one player that is needed. If they are to substitute and to make things happen for them, because Black Rhinos are keeping shape very well, they need a player that can unlock, and Tatenda Tumba can do that.
And Alois, interestingly, off air you talked about the lack of quality deliveries from a Harare City perspective whenever they go down the flanks.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I should say that at this level I don't expect such delivery from Premier League players. Sometimes the crosses are going over the bar, well out, and the curling is not. And when I was complaining about some a winger hitting the back of a defender that is right in front of you. He is right there in front of you, and you don't the technique to just curl the ball around the defender. Some of these things. This is not about the coach. The coach wants the cross. The coach wants the cross. But how do you get the cross? The ability to execute that cross comes from the player. You need to practice. People, it's not easy. It's not something that just comes out. You need to practice. Get 20 balls after every training session. This is your position. You curl the balls. Put dummy defenders in front of you. Try to curl the ball around that dummy defender. This is what you need as a footballer. You need to upgrade yourself. You need to make yourself better. Because know these circumstances are going to come in the game. So I'm very disappointed by the delivery because, the guys are rushing into the box expecting a cross and it goes over the bar or you hit a defender. Sometimes lock the ball, use your left to curl it in, but sometimes non-squashings aren't going left. And a player playing up front should be able to use both legs. Dummy, hit the left, dummy with the left, hit with the right, so that the defender doesn't know what you are going to do next. Are you going to dummy and hit, or are you going to cross first time? Keep the defender guessing. So if you are just one-dimensional, it makes the job of the defender very easy.
Alois, Black Rhinos players walking out onto the pitch. What kind of an approach should we expect heading into the second half, given their performance in the first half?
I think Black Rhinos should continue with what they've been doing. They're doing so well. I'm just worried about Chigiji on the right side. I think he's getting himself into a tangle. He's getting himself into a difficult position. He needs to come out wide, come deeper a little bit so that he's quick. He has got the skill, so there's no need for him to be staying close to the defender. He always must collect the ball when he is alone. When he's alone and face the defender, when you have the ball in your feet, it makes his life easier because he has got the skill. But he is going closer to the defender. When he gets the ball, the defender is close. 2 steps, the defender is already into him. So he needs to be wide away from the defender. When the defender is pivoting, you go away from him. Then when you get the ball, you go at him. I think that's one thing that they need to change. And of course, Lord Chunga, I'm sure the coach has talked to him. He just needs to hold the ball for his teammates because that's the way they are playing comfortably. So he can actually do better.
Well, it's time for us to cross over to the commentary team where Charles Mabika is on standby for the second half.
Thank you very much to Francis and Alois by the touchline with their halftime talk. It's back to the game as we await the second 45-minute period. Everybody clamoring for a goal. I will tell you, yes, the stadium might almost be empty, but I'm sure everyone there clamoring for a goal. Is Black Rhinos will now be playing from right to left. And of course, the visitors the other way. The free kick in the second half for Black Rhinos, taken by Mokiwa. It was headed away by Chapusha. And slowly building it up now, Harare City. The trap back, Chapusha. He receives now. Gaki. We didn't see much of him in the first half. The former Triangle man trying to resurrect his career. Gaki, yes, you will remember, Gaki saw a lot of action with the Zimbabwe Warriors, but of late he has not been having a look in the Zimbabwe Warrior side. So I think you just have to keep persevering, and with a coach like Mark Harrison, I think things can come right for him. Here is Manondo with a touch now. They're looking for the overlapping run of Madaike. It didn't pay off. It's going to be a goal kick to Black Rhinos. He knows he should have done better there with his delivery, Madaike, and Rosao opts to play it near. I think the supporters here will not even reach a figure of 500. Oh, a very poor crowd indeed. Well, I don't know whether tomorrow at Rufaro Stadium we will have more than 500 because there is a bumper of a match between Dynamos and Caps United. Because these games that are being played, whilst the Warriors play, of course, later on tonight against the Democratic Republic of Congo, are matches which had been postponed before to allow for the president's inauguration that was held here at the National Sports Stadium. So Highlanders will make the long trip to Maglas tomorrow. And of course, I did talk about Dinamo Dimbare hosting Makepekepe at Rufaro. And this one here is still goalless. It was one of those 3 games that were postponed when we turned up here at the National Sports Stadium for the president's inauguration. Rusao receiving the pass. Chikiji's layoff. It's a long one. The flick. And they get possession again. Rhinos starting off very, very strongly. Oh, a chance here, and the goalkeeper was almost two-timed here by his own man, but luckily for him, it just went out for a corner kick. 3-2 on corner kick. That one was very tricky. Wellington Taderera swept his way past Madaike. He whipped it somehow past Muchena and Pelele, and somehow Muchena almost two-timed Ryan Harrison there, but they are lucky. No further anguish. But, well, for now, let's see now what Rhinos can do with their second corner kick. Harare City ahead on the corner kick count, but the scoreboard is still blank. Mukiwa behind with the corner kick. Who's to climb? It wasn't a really good climb by Augustine Mbara. He's not usually a good climber. Instead, he likes to peck them home from his left boot. We saw him do a lot of that when he was still at Dynamos, as we see again out Taderera's clever work here. And somehow Uchena, I think Uchena knew what he was doing, Sparrow, here. I don't think he two-timed Harrison, as I said earlier on, and he would have been forgiven by this man here.
Definitely he knew what he was doing. If he had to let that ball slip, there was Chiunga lurking behind there. He could have smashed the ball back in the back of the net.
Well, you would have, no doubt about that. It comes again. Mochenja still trying to get a grip on that midfield, because if he does, then he will run rings around you. We know he can do it. He used to do it at Caps United, and he has continued with the good work at Harare City. He had a brilliant game against FC Platinum, the favorites for the league title at the end of the season. He had a brilliant game, a man of the match performance, and he also scored from the penalty spot to lead Harare City to that famous 1-0 win over FC Platinum. Definitely one of the finest midfielders living in the country today.
And I think he has put up his hand for one of the soccer stars for the season. I think he has raised his hand, if anything to go by. He has had a great season for Harare City.
Oh, he has. Just like for me, Namo Lamek of Triangle United. Oh, surely. Yes, for the big one, I will be the least surprised if he lands the big one. But listen, you never know. But for me, Namo Lamek is done. He is halved and puffed for the Sugar Boys. Well, we'll have to wait and find out. It's still some weeks away. The Soccer Star of the Year selection.
And another top contender there for that award, CNN, will be Rodwell Chinyingeteri. He's done his job at FC Platinum. He's kept his momentum from what he was doing last season, and he's just kept on scoring the goals, and currently is the top goal scorer. But what's so sad, like the referee said, I mean, the top goal scorers only have 12, 13 goals. I mean, the last player to have scored 22 goals was Norman Maroto, and we yet to see a player from this generation get to those figures.
Exactly, get to those figures. Well, the figure being put up now is for number 10, Malvin Gaki, who has had a disappointing first half again. No, it's actually number 92, Ishmael Wadi. Another disappointing afternoon, I think, the former How Mine striker, Ishmael Wadi, and Tendai Samanja, the former Caps United hound at the heart of midfield, or even at the back. Another change going to be made by Harare City. Yes, well, Malvin Gaki calls it a day now, and Harare City are sending on Tatenda Tumba. Watch out for this young man here. He is clever. He is good. Well, Gaki still good, but this young man here has got a bright future, a product of Mount Pleasant High School, and he's shown at a couple of Nash High School soccer tournaments. He was injured for the last couple of weeks. That was why we were not seeing him for Harare City, but he's joined the fray now, and his combination with Muchenja is something to behold. Let's see if it happens. Oh, a chance here for Black Rhinos now. Oh, I don't know why he was going for the turn, and it goes out to give away a goal kick.
It was a good link-up play from Lot Chiunga, linked up with Masimba Mambare, who tried to sweep the ball to that was number 22, Lekin Ichigiji, and it was good defense work by Harare City. But Masimba Mambare, confidence low, he should have taken a crack at goal.
Oh, he should have. He should have. 3-3 now. The corner kick count is even. Wanda Kapinda behind the corner for Black Rhinos as Ryan Harrison holds his hands up high. The delivery. Oh, a header here. He was way off target. It looked like it was making its way into the net, but it was way off target. It was good play by Chigiji. The cross came from Kapinda, and Chigiji was at the end of it. And the goalpost wasn't rattled there. But a fine effort from the Black Rhinos men.
Good effort, CNN. Looking at the substitute that was made for by Mark Harrison, he's read the game very well. Black Rhinos are dominating in the middle of the park, so he brought in Tendai Samanje to try and help Mozambique in the middle of the park, where Kapinda and Jeravani and Lot Chunga are really getting plenty possession in the middle of the park.
Yes, they are. So maybe this young man, Tatenda Tumba, will do something. Well, I've seen him before. I saw him destroy Yada Stars the other day when Yada Stars were hammered by 3-0 by Harare City, and he was at the heart of all the 3 goals that were scored by Harare City. Let's see what he can do. Tatenda Tumba. Another cross. Was it kept in? The referee, Lawrence Zimondi, thinks not. Corner kick to Harare City. Well, he thought Herbert Rousseau, he thought he had got away with it there, but it was not to be. So, Harare City ahead again on the corner kick count by 1. This is their 4th one. Let's see how they're going to make this one. Again, Madaike is going to be behind it. He's been taking all the corner kicks for the Sunshine Boys. Raising his hand is Rousseau. He did well to punch that one away. He was impeded upon, and the referee giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt there. It came in from Madaike, and Rousseau read it very, very brilliantly, and he punched it away there to safety, Sparrow.
Yes, indeed, Rousseau, I think he has raised up his hand whenever he was called to guard for Black Rhinos. He has done a great job. So really, it would be a good headache for Herbert, for Coach Herbert, between him and Rhinos. I think equally two good goalkeepers.
Oh yes. So Herbert Marua, I don't know what he does. Does he after Reynolds serves his suspension, does he drop Rousseau? Because from what we've seen so far, he's still a good, dependable goalkeeper. About being the finest, probably not nowadays. Nowadays, the Dynamo supporters will tell you that their young goalkeeper, Simba Chinani, is the best goalkeeper in the country. They will tell you that. The Harare City supporters will tell you Ryan Harrison is. Lord Chiwunga will probably tell you Ashley Reynolds, his own goalkeeper, is the best in the land. But that one is up for debate, and it's a debate that will not dwell upon right now. Let's see what Black Rhinos can do with this free kick. And the bench, the Black Rhinos bench, there is Brito Guerre on the extreme left. He's saying something. He always says something, Brito Guerre, the goalkeeper's coach at Black Rhinos. Here comes the cross. It comes in. They're looking for Chiwunga, but some good work by Chapusha. Away eventually by Uchena. Throw in to Black Rhinos.
You know, Sian, talking about Aston Chapusha, he does his job quietly. He's a very reliable centre back and very comfortable in the air, and also very good in marking, and he's done a good job for Harare City.
Oh yes, very dependable is Chapusha. Sometimes he's partnered by Munyara Zidiro Nyenye, who is on the bench, but today he's being partnered by Ray Uchena. The captain was out through injury. The throw comes from Mukiwa. Get it away. There was a Manondo. He gets the return, but they opt to shift it to the right. This is Tatenda Tumba. Like I said, watch his swivel. Did you see that? As Harare City trying to open the door first. It didn't come off. But we just saw that glimpse of what this young number 26 can do for Harare City. Here he is again. Passes it. Was looking for the supplier, Moses Muchenje. Like Sparrow was saying, Mark Harrison, seeing that Moses Muchenje has failed to get a grip in midfield, he has introduced Tendai Samanja, who is a terrier in midfield, and also young Tatenda Tumba.
Yes, indeed, and that can also give leeway, as you see open foot there by Samanja. Like you're saying, he's a terrier. He's not scared to go in for those tackles.
Oh,
at least that has opened up for Moses Muchenje to push forward.
It definitely has, and we are seeing a lot happening now for Harare City. Well, not probably not a lot, but we're seeing the momentum beginning to shift as they try to get a grip in midfield, because they were losing out to Wanda Kapinda, who was leading the fight in midfield for the Soldiers. Free kick, says Lawrence Zimondi, going the Black Rhinos' way for that foul on Wanda Kapinda. Well, for Black Rhinos, this number 4 here, we were talking about the number 31, the new boy, Jaravani, but this number 4 here, I think, has been the hard-working, well, not Lot Chiwunga, not the number 14, but number 4 is Wanda Kapinda. But on that occasion, Lot Chiwunga was hacked down. That is why Black Rhinos have been awarded a free kick now.
And I must say, Muyambo is lucky, but it seemed like an elbow there.
He was lucky to get away with Lenny Muyambo, and that one was not controlled by Chikiji. So it's going to be a goal kick going to Harare City. Harare City had a chance. I was talking about they were promoted in at the end of the 2012 season. In 2013, they finished in a commendable 8th position in their debut season. The following year, they had a chance to win the league title in their second season in the top flight. And like ZPC Kariba would do the following year, they crumbled on the very last day. They just needed a draw against Caps United, whilst Dynamos needed to beat Black Mambas. As Harare City here know that they have to beat Black Rhinos. That was Samanja Muvirimi. Is Harare City toy around with it? Samanja, Chapusha, Madaike, Chapusha. Oh, the passes are beginning to come forward now. Movirimi, Samanja. Oh, there has been a real change in midfield, hasn't there? And Black Rhinos are having to work overtime in the rear guard, at their rear guard. The chase is on. Chiwunga, can he work his way past the Harare City skipper? Still Chiwunga, who he laid it off very, very well. Looking for Mukiwa. Chiwunga gets the delivery away by Uchena. Still goalless here at the National Sports Stadium. Mukiwa hoping to find Mudadi. A wayward effort goes out for a goal kick. That was Mudiwa coming, trying to beat the goalkeeper from that range, but he still gets some encouragement from the technical bench. Of course, you won't see Herbert Marua sitting down. He never sits down, just like Mark Harrison. They will always be standing up. Mudadi, the number 6. He got the return from Jaravani. And Harare City now, all the way back to Harrison. Chapusha, Samanja. Oh, he has really come in with a lot of power, firepower, hasn't he? The dreadlocked Samanja. Tumba. Back to Tumba. Oh, they laid ever so well, but in the end it was cut away by Bruce Omora, calling a ceasefire there, making sure that the opposition observed the ceasefire.
I must say the introduction of Tumba and Samanja has really brought in great play from Harare City, where they're dominating the game in the middle of the park, and it's really great play by Harare City. They seem to have taken the initiative to go forward.
And Mark Mate, yes, the other Mark, lashing his lungs out at his team here. And well, I did say he never sits down. For a moment there, he did sit down, didn't he? Oh, for a moment there, he hadn't. He had sat down. I was saying that Mark Harrison never sits down. Well, he let the other Mark do the talking for that time around. And whatever the instructions were, we don't know whether it's going to work as Harare City take it away. But you can see, you'll probably agree with us in the commentary box here, that the introduction of this dreadlock number 4 here has really paid dividends. Even this midget number 26, it has helped as well, as Harare City want to knock on Black Rhino's door. and Samanja could not control. But he has been a workaholic already. He's been on the pitch for about 10 minutes, but he's really commanding that midfield. This is Tumba. Madaike. Chapusha. Uchena. The lay along one. It was never going to work out like that. But I can tell you that the semi-final draw for the Chibuku Super Cup will be conducted this coming Friday, on Friday 19 October. And they will be played on the weekend of 27 and 28 October. And the 4 teams, of course, you know who are left are defending champions Harare City, who are also the odds-on favorites, Dynamos, Caps United, and Triangle United. Let's see now what Harare City can do. But Harare City, I know for now, they won't be worried about the Chibuku Super Cup. And I was asking Mark Harrison the other day, and I said, Mark, do you know that we've made you odds-on favorites? Well, he just laughed, and he said, well, you've always got to make somebody a favorite, but I don't see ourselves as favorites. All I want to see is us defending that cup. That's Mark Harrison for you. As Ompelele was beaten there again, he rounded his men. That was Chigiji. It didn't pay off, and it goes out to give away. In the end, after that lovely work, it didn't pay off for Chigiji.
Great play from the youngster there. CNN got the better of the defender, but the final ball in the box was just too poor.
It was very poor indeed. After doing some fantastic work, the signing from Banket United. Banket United themselves are now perennial campaigners in the lower division, aren't they? Banket United at one time almost made it into the Premiership in the 80s. Oh, here come Harare City now, but the control let Tumba down. And it was worked away. I was talking about Banket United. Yes, in the early 80s, they could have made it into the big time, but they floundered right at the end, just like Harare City floundered back in 2013. The following year, ZPC Kariba floundered on the very last day. Like I said, they just had to draw with Caps United. And they lost by 3-1. And Dynamos did as they were expected. Under Callisto Pasua, they beat Black Mambas 2-0, and they won the league title for the 4th year running. And Caps United seem to have been in the picture on both occasions. In 2013, they beat Harare City, and in 2014 as well. And Caps United were in the picture, the Dynamos picture, back in 2005 as well. Dynamos needed to beat Mashingo United. And they beat Mashingo United, and then virtually, well, I suppose Dynamos then, were in the picture for making, and it ended up with Caps United winning the league title. Well, he was still a Dynamos junior then. That's Ebed Marua, junior's coach then, back in 2005 when Dynamo survived on the very last day under the great Moses Chunga, his head coach. They beat Luke Masomere's Mashingo United by 2-1. Whilst Caps lost to Black Rhinos on that day 3-0. But it was enough, and Caps won the league title. Oh, a chance here! And Harare City opened the door. They make it 1-0. It was William Manondo. Guess who? The leading striker, the leading goal scorer in the Chibuku Super Cup. And again, he comes into the picture. William Manondo comes to grab again. You know, Sparrow, he's just rose from the dead. Let's see it again. The delivery came from Samanja, it did, and the flick came from Manondo. I don't know whether he knew much about it, Manondo. Well, he will tell you he knew a lot about it. He makes it Harare City 1-0 ahead, and the Harare City Congas are powering on as it came, the delivery, the flick. Oh yes, he knew a lot about it. The flick from Manondo, 1-0 past Herbert Rousseau, and the serial scorer strikes again.
The serial scorer strike again, but there I blame the defense. Marvin Makiwa, poor defending there, together with Augustin Bare. putting the striker in the middle of the two of them, not man marking in the box, and they were punished for that. But I must say, it was a good ball there from Tumba to pick up Manondo, and Manondo is just scoring for fun at the moment.
Well, what did we say about this little bundle of energy, this youngster, the number 26? We said he would probably cause havoc for Rhinos, and he did that. He brought the delivery, and it was knocked home by William Manondo, the leading goal scorer in the Chibuku Super Cup. And there again, Ryan Harrison comes to the rescue of Harare City. His Edgar Chikiji had let fly a bomb. Let's see it. Edgar Chikiji, he let fly, and it was going in, I can tell you that. And Ryan Harrison knew it very well. His Black Rhinos wanted to come quickly back to parity. Let's see, corner kick, even again, 4-4, but Harare City 1-0. William Manondo, the scorer. Let's see how they take this one. Mukiwa brings the delivery over. A chance here for Rhinos. It's whacked away by Uchena. Giving chase at Tumba. Can Rhinos keep it in? Yes, they do. Mudadi's layoff with a cross. Chikiji coming more and more into the picture in this second half. The pint-sized utility player, the number 22. We didn't see much of him in the first half, but now he's suddenly come alive, and Rhinos know they just have to get back to level terms. But this one, an easy catch for Ryan Harrison.
It is straight at the goalkeeper, Masimba Bambare there. He had a chance to place his ball, but he opted to go in the middle of the, straight in the middle, and the goalkeeper did well.
The goalkeeper did well indeed. Referee Lawrence Zimondi awarding a free kick to Harare City after a foul on Wilfred Muvirimi.
But I must commend Mark Harrison on that masterstroke substitution that has really transformed his team. Those two players, that's Samanja and the diminutive, that's the rookie.
Youngster Tatenda Tumba.
Tatenda Tumba really gave Harare City the edge in the second half.
It really gave the edge, and William Manondo struck again. Are they coming again? Oh, there was somebody ready to pull the trigger for Harare City there, and in the end it didn't pay off. But Harare City really sped on by that change in the midfield. Here they come with another Tumba delivery. Cut away by Mbara. Free kick going to Black Rhinos after Tendai Samanja. Yes, this dreadlock player will be in the wars. Daylight, night time, whatever, rising time, he will be in the wars. This number 4. And that free kick was spoiled by Rhinos, and this time it went to Harare City. So Samanja now on the ball. As the Sunshine Boys have broken the deadlock to make it 1-0. And Rhinos in a hurry now. There was Kapinda trying to pick out Masimba Mambari, but it didn't pay off. Here they come again with Samanja. Oh, he has been so illustrious. Samanja has been the number 4, really getting that midfielder to tick-tock for Harare City. Another free kick going Black Rhinos' way. I will say that the second half has really lit up ever since the introduction of Tendai Samanja and Tatenda Tumba, and of course the goal by the Dennis Rodman hairstyled William Manondo. A chance here for Black Rhinos, cut away by Ochena, but the referee had already blown to award. I think he's awarding that one. Is he? Or play is going ahead. I thought the referee had blown his whistle there. No, he hadn't. Some players actually thought he had as well. So Black Rhinos have to come back into this game here. They have to restore parity. But not like that. Samanja, oh, he has been a thorn in the flesh in midfield for Harare City. We haven't seen a lot of the key player, Moses Muchenje, the supplier. And again, Uchena tucks it away neatly. And Harare City slowly build it up now. Come to Lenny Muyambo. Another terrier in the middle of the park. Now everything coming together for the Sunshine Boys. The sun is shining here at the National Sports Stadium, and the Sunshine Boys have nosed ahead through William Manondo. The clearance by Ryan Harrison. The flick on. Out of your picture, there's a substitution going to be made. Again, Mark Harrison is not content with just the 2 substitutions. He wants to use all his 3. Here's Black Rhinos are thwarted again. Wanda Kapinda thought he had won a corner kick, but it didn't pay off. It's going to be a goal kick to Harare City. Rhinos, in the meantime, are going to make the change. The number 15, Masimba. That was all. Masimba Muraino Mambare is had enough, is played enough, and the number 15 Tapiwa Sebanda goes in for Black Rhinos. Well, it's Masimba Mambare is trying. He's trying. Paro is really trying to get back to what he was, but it's just failing to come.
Yes, indeed, he's trying a lot and he's trying to his best to get back in there. And now they're bringing in the bull Kuda Musharu. Let's see what he can do. Full of experience, the veteran, great striker at Haumine.
Well, TK won't be delivering any technical knockout punches. The number 11, Wilfred Movirimi, instead he has been pulled out, and in goes the bull Kuda Musharu, a veteran striker. There he is, like you heard from Sparrow. Oh, he can bustle like a bull, living true to his long-time icon. Daniel Amokachi, the former Nigerian Super Eagles forward, was nicknamed the Bull. So, Kuda Musharu, we thought it proper to give him the nickname of his long-time icon. And he really is a bull as well. Can he make it 2 for Harare City? Because Wilfred Movirimi failed to score. Oh, the interception was not timely, and it goes out for a goal kick. Ebed Rousseau beaten after 67 minutes, and time ticking away for his side. Under 16 minutes for them to restore parity. Well, Black Rhinos have been shooting from both hips. They scored 11 goals in their last 3 league games, battering Mutare City Rovers the other day by 7 goals without any reply. But then they were at the receiving end just a fortnight later from the students here at the National Sports Stadium after they were hammered 4-1. There's confirmation. Musharu coming in and Movirimi going out. A sign that Mark Harrison wants another one. Here is the bull with his second touch. Here comes Tatenda Tumba. You see what this youngster can do on the 10, but Rousseau was very attentive. This number 26, Sparrow, has got a really great future.
Great future, and he could have done well there, but he got the better of the Black Rhinos defense, turned in the infield and took a weak shot off his weak foot, and a good goalkeeping by Rezao.
Yes, Herbert Rousseau there, good goalkeeping. That cross was for the Birds. No problem there for Mark Harrison. And he knows he should have done better there with that delivery. Hastings Chapusha. Maybe you might forgive him because crossing or scoring is not part of his job description. That belongs to the likes of Kuda Musharu and William Manondo. Harare City again on the prowl. Those substitutions by Mark Harrison and Mark Mate, the 2 marks, have definitely made their mark, or should I say their mark, because William Manondo scored after some delightful work by one of the substitutes who were brought in first, Tatenda Tumba. Here comes Kapinda. Oh, he has been so hardworking for Black Rhinos. The referee spotting an infringement because the Black Rhinos thought it was their corner kick, so thought Edgar Chikiji, but referee Lawrence Zimondi spotted something else.
Of course, away from your picture, we see Herbert Maroa, trying to just, bring in that's Hani Chimuti to try and salvage a point here as his team is trailing by a goal to nil CNA.
Yes, we will see that substitution in a couple of seconds or so. Veteran Hani Chimuti Munzeve. Quite a tongue twister, isn't it? Preparing to come in for Black Rhinos. Here they come now, Black Rhinos. Oh, that was a timely interception there by Hastings Chapusha.
I tell you, Chapusha does his job quietly, very dependable, and he just kept his eyes on the ball and took away the ball for the throw-in.
Oh yes, he did. And Rhinos, I must say, they are really trying to come back into it. There's Malvin Mukiwa now. Gets ready to dispatch the throw-in for the soldiers. As they know that time is ticking away, just over 10 minutes that they've got to restore parity here. The bull. He was going to streak away, but it was not to be quickly taken. The throw-in. Mbara. Homora. Rhinos played like that, but they lose it now to the impressive Samanja. They're going to come again now with the bull, Musharu. Oh, the delivery there, but there was no taker. It was meant for William Manondo, the serial scorer. He thought his career was nose diving, but he just came back again. Did Rousseau get a touch? Yes, I think he had a touch. Otherwise, it could have been number 2. He did very well to get Black Rhinos in the game. Hani Chimuti Munzeve. Hani. Yes, that's his proper name. It's not his nickname, in case you're wondering. Hani Chimuti Munzeve prepares to come in. As we see again how that one was tapped away by Herbert Rousseau. It was Pritchard Mpelele, and Rousseau was equal to the task. More than equal. Corner kick going to be taken by Harare City. Again, the edge forward on the corner kick count. 5-4. Gareth Madaike is going to bring the corner kick over. Can he float? Yes, he did float. Who can climb? Nobody. Away by Rhinos. Oh, they've lost it again. Rhinos have. But the delivery was not very, very persuasive. And Black Rhinos say thank you. We haven't seen a lot of Donald Modadi up front. Well, he has been stuffed of ball. Let's see now if they can feed him. Here, Donald Modadi. Let's see if they can feed him. Chikiji, he did badly. And it's cut away by Harare City. Well, Herbert Marua are probably not happy with his side. His well-drilled side that are the masters of one-touch football. We failed to see plenty of that. We haven't seen plenty of that. This is Modadi now with a touch to Malvin Mokiwa. The delivery was meant for... He is appealing there that he was hugged down, but it was never going to be. That was Lord Chiwunga closing in from the blind side, but he would never have got a penalty, not in 1,000 years, as the ball goes out to give away throw into Harare City. Well, Sparrow, although Rhinos are coming in and they are preparing to send in this veteran here, a veteran who can change the complexion of things, Hani Chimuti Munzeve, a very surprising substitute if you ask me. They are taking out Wanda Kapinda.
Very surprising for me. He was the guy who was holding in the middle of the park, and I thought they should have taken out somebody else, not Wanda Kapinda. But let's see what Herbert Marua has got up his sleeve.
Yes, this number 35 here has seen it all. A seasoned campaigner, made his name at Black Mambas. Before, of course, they were demoted. Saw action briefly at Dynamos, but things didn't work out for him. Hani Chimuti Munzeve. Oh, that was a brilliant take by Lord Chiwunga. He tried to do it on the 10. It didn't work out.
Yes, and good defense work there by Chapusha to consider a corner kick, because if they had to let him there, he was going to take a crack at goal. Of course, talking about Chimuti Munzeve, he also played for Caps United.
Yes, he's been all over the show, hasn't he? And these Rhino supporters want their team to be all over the show and come with an equalizer, don't they? That's what exactly they are saying. The 5th corner kick. 10 corner kicks we have had here. Shared a piece. 5 apiece. A chance here for Black Rhinos. Oh! It just scrammed over.
A good chance there for Black Rhinos, but it was blazed over the bar by Chigiji. He was in the right place at the right time, but the youngster lacking composure when it mattered the most.
Tapiwa Sibanda brought the delivery over, and it fell invitingly to Chigiji, who could have done better, should have done better.
I guess with age he will improve, and he's still a youngster, and he will learn from those mistakes.
Yes, he will. He will definitely. Ryan Harrison's clearance. Oh, yes, kept Harare City in the game. Doesn't he always, Ryan Harrison? Well, I did say the Dynamo supporters will be rooting for Simba Chinani to make it. Although their team isn't doing well, hasn't been doing well in the league, but they'll be rooting for their young rookie goalkeeper to make it amongst the 11 soccer stars of the year finalists. And Donald Mudadi feeling the knock. He is going to be attended as the referee call in the medics. And because on that note, the Harare City supporters as well will be rooting for their goalkeeper to be included amongst the 11 soccer stars of the year. We keep talking about that. Still some weeks away. Harare City leading here by 1-0.
It was a tough challenge there, Sen, and I think if they can maybe show us back, it was really terrible. I think he's lucky not to have gotten a yellow card, because he actually went with his studs raised up high.
Tapiwa Sibanda substitute for Rhinos feeling the knock, and the referee Lawrence Zimondi there, the player got away with it. The Harare City supporters will be happy with that. Well, there's a Harare City supporter, then there's a peacemaker in between, and a Black Rhino supporter there, just maybe making sure that trouble doesn't ensue. So the big guy is the peacemaker if ever anything gets volatile. But so far, Harare City deserving that 1-goal lead. 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes. Mukiwa gets ready to dispatch the throw-in. Well, after he has heeded the referee's gospel words of football, of course. Rhinos, the masters of one-touch football, or one of the masters, I should say. Rhinos, they've always played it like that. When the great Stanford Six Montezwa was head coach last season, he was employing that. He was imparting that upon his players. And I see Herbert Marua following suit. Tendai Samanja's header goes out to give away a corner kick to Black Rhinos. Definitely in a hurry now. Under 5 minutes, they've really got to do something hurriedly, Rhinos, and they know Tapiwa Sebanda is back in the fray. He's not going to take it. He's going to be supporting in case a loose ball just is cleared. His Chiwunga is in there. It's going to be taken by Mukiwa. He delivers all the corner kicks for Rhinos. It comes over. Oh, Harrison missed that one. The first bad patch for him. Can he make amends? Jaravani again. Harrison this time did well to punch that one clear. But the danger is not over. And Homora was supporting. And they lost out. Samanja is writhing on the floor. And the referee, Lawrence Simonti, I think is going to stop play so that the Harare City captain, Raymond Uchena, can be attended to.
Yes, in some anxious moment for Harare City, as the Black Rhinos were pushing forward, looking for that equalizer. But there, Ryan Harrison misjudging the ball and failing to punch it, but redeeming himself on the second bite of the cherry. But for Harare City, they're very resolute in terms of the defending, good shape, good balance, and they managed to squat Black Rhinos at that time.
Yes, we're going to have a look at that goal again by Manondo. The little midget. Tumba, oh, perfect delivery, and finished it. I think the defense there was ball watching. They let Manondo in between them. Oh, that was some lousy piece of marking by Augustine Mbara, but you'll agree this is not a lousy dancing. This is dancing from the top shelf, celebration style. And that's why they are leading by 1-0. Well, a top 4 finish still on the cards for Mark Harrison, because if it ends like this, he's now going to be on 44 points and he climbs above Highlanders, who of course can make amends if they beat Shabani Mine at Maglas tomorrow. But for the meantime, Mark Harrison will climb over the Bulawayo Giants unless Black Rhinos can get an equalizer here. An equalizer which has proved difficult ever since Tendai Samanja and Tatenda Tumba were introduced by Mark Harrison into this game. But Rhinos will still be fighting. Let's see what they can do with Chiwunga. Well, you'll still fancy him to be fighting right until the end. The embodiment and live wire of the Zimbabwe National Army team is Chigiji now sweeps past 1 minute, goes for goal. No problem for Harrison.
He's always leaning backwards and that ball was always going high, and the wrong decision again. Should have crossed the ball, or even maybe try and go for hard and low and try and get his players to attack. And he's acknowledging that he took the wrong decision.
Yes, he took the wrong decision. It's going to be taken by Ryan Harrison this time around. Ryan Harrison seems to be saying, hey, who am I going to give the ball to? Can you guys all, some of you open up? Let's see now, it's just playing for time perhaps, doing a George Chigova. That's what we call it. Just playing for time, killing the rhythm of the game. That's our Zimbabwe Warriors goalkeeper, or the delivery laid off beautifully, but cut away by Black Rhinos. That was a miscue of a clearance by the Harare City captain Ochena, but he was saved there, the blushes. Mbara's long clearance. Hoping to find Chiwunga. He will be there fighting and fighting. Is it going to be a corner kick? Yes, I think it's going to be a corner kick. The referee, after consulting his assistant referee, says it's going to be a corner kick. Oh, time ticking away for Rhinos, just under a minute. Okay, together with optional time. I don't know how much of that is going to be optional time, but Rhinos now know that they have to do something. This is Jaravani. He did climb. Mudadi, another delivery. It's going out for a corner again. Can Black Rhinos just do it here in the nick of time? That's what it would be. Can Harare City fall to the proverbial sucker puncher? Let's see now. Mukiwa again with the corner kick for Rhinos. They've edged ahead now. The 7th corner away it was by Ochena. But Rhinos, 3 minutes of added time minimum we are going to play as Rhinos power forward. I think Mark Harrison will be content with just letting Rhinos see more of the ball and his guys can defend. Or maybe he's got another idea here, and Herbert Rusawa Yuba to the Black Rhinos supporters finds his teammate up there. As can Rhinos. This is probably what could be their last chance. The delivery ahead, and Black Rhinos have done it! Can you believe it? 1-1 Rhinos. Wow! Against the nick of time, or in the nick of time, against all odds, they've done it. And Captain Marvel it is, the man who calls the ceasefire operations, Bruce Homora. The delivery came through from Mukiwa, and the captain, oh what a captain. And could Ryan Harrison have done better here? There will be a debate, but ceasefire, Operation Ceasefire makes it 1-1 for Black Rhinos. Could Ryan Harrison have done better here, do you think, Sparrow?
No, definitely a great header and a good header by the captain. They headed it down and went to hit the post, and poor marking by Harare City, and they were punished, and they allowed Black Rhinos to go dominate with the ball, and hence they have come back in this game. And Black Rhinos, really great play, and what a comeback.
Oh, you got to hand it to Rhinos. They never gave up. They just kept on fighting and fighting. And the great captain that he is, Bruce Homora, called the ceasefire. And he operated and he pulled the trigger just after the ceasefire had ended. And he beat Ryan Harrison with that great header. Yes, maybe taking another look at it. I think it was a tricky one for Ryan Harrison. 1-1. I don't know. We'll be hearing from from Sparrow whether he thinks that it would be a deserved scoreline. But it's not over yet, is it? No, it's not. As Rhinos, they're not thinking about another one, are they? They've got a free kick.
In an interesting position. I think this youngster Chikiji has come lively in the last 10 minutes, CNN.
Oh, he has really come alive, the number 22. In the last couple of minutes or so, he had a better second half. He was in the shadows in the first, and he's definitely had a better second half, or should I say a brilliant second half. Now, Rhinos are fencing themselves here. They've got that bit between their teeth now, and now what's this? Is this ready to do celebration? What's this?
Some training drill.
Right, let's see. Oh, if Harare City fall to this proverbial sucker punch, well, what will Mark Harrison have to say to these lads? Number 31 is Tafatswa Jaravani. So is Malvin Mukiwa. So is Tapiwa Sibanda over the ball. This is Mukiwa, the number 19. Number 31 is Jaravani. Tapiwa Sibanda is number 15. Who is going to take it? The referee says
I can't believe it.
Oh no, he has ended the game.
I can't believe it, Zenon.
I thought you should. I thought the rules stipulate that would have to get a clarification what the rules stipulate. I know that for a penalty kick, the referee will have to add time. But well, I'll have to be educated here. I think my next phone call will be to Wilfred Mukuna and ask him what should be done, or one of the practicing referees. I'll ask him as well, Lawrence Monti and his mate. I'll ask him as well, Milton Mufumbati, practicing referees, that should there have been added time on the free kick.
Well, I think this is where law 8 comes in referee's discretion. The time had been up, had been played. Black Rhinos took time to take that free kick, and time had been up. So, according to the referee, he did everything right, right on board. Was the time had elapsed, the 3 minutes that was added.
Okay, right. So a fitting result, I'm sure you'll understand. 1-1. Let's now cross over to the touchline and join Francis Nyamutsamba as he talks to the two coaches, Herbert Marua and Mark Harrison.
Well, an exciting end to this contest, ending Black Rhinos 1, Harare City 1, last gasp equalizer by Bruce Homora. I'm now joined by the Black Rhinos head coach, that's Herbert Marua. Coach, 1-0 at the end of it all. Your thoughts about how your charges applied themselves this afternoon?
Okay, it was a good game. It was a game of two halves. We managed to control the first half. And in the second half, they managed to control the game and they managed to score. But I just told my boys, we managed to push everybody up front to add numbers, and it paid.
How relieved are you to have snatched that last gasp equalizer?
Yeah, like I said, at this time of the season, you can't afford to drop all the points. A good point is okay for us. 1 point is good for us.
Going forward?
Yeah, we need to keep on working hard and remain focused to make sure our next assignment we get something out of the game.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, that was the Black Rhinos head coach, Herbert Marua, just giving his thoughts about how his side performed this afternoon. I'll now be joined by the Harare City head coach, that's Mark Harrison. Coach, 1-1 at the end of it all. Your thoughts about your team's performance?
No, I didn't think we turned up, mate. Honestly, 90 minutes, I don't think we ever performed. We give away a game we actually didn't deserve to win. That's my feelings. I don't think we ever really played today. Not at the level we can play, not with the urgency and the quality we can play. Seriously disappointed, obviously, in the performance. Disappointed in the result to give it away in the last minute. You're not playing well, you get in front, and then you don't defend properly in the last minute. I mean, the guys got in behind the defenders at the back, swinged it in at the back post again. We got caught again, so it's just bad defending in the last minute.
Black Rhinos seem to dominate the first half. Second half, we saw you turn around things, bringing in Tendai Samanja as well as Tatenda Tumba, getting the goal courtesy of an assist by Tatenda Tumba there. At the end of it, you allude to the fact that Black Rhinos snatching an equaliser.
Yeah, look, I mean, you're right. I mean, first off, they did dominate. You know, we never turned up. I said that to the players at half-time. We changed it to try and bring a bit more urgency to our game, which I think it did. We got more into the game then. When you go 1-0 up, you know you should defend the lead. To give it away in the last seconds like that is a crime, absolute crime. So I'm not very pleased with it.
Okay, finally, Coach, today is your 15th draw of the season. Yeah. Will you look back in a way in terms of maybe having perhaps converted, say, 5 of those games into victories?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look back 15 draws, I think there's a good probably 9 or 10 of them that we possibly could have won. And if you do that, you're probably second, third in the league, you know. Like you look at today's game, we've drawn, but we didn't deserve to win it. And there's been 3 or 4 of those draws we didn't deserve to win. But I would say a high percentage of them we certainly should have won. We've not taken our chances, controlled games. So that's a bit disappointing. It's something, you know, next season we have to rectify. We have to find the answer to that, you know, dominance, ball possession, chances. You've got to convert them into goals in the end.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Well, that was the Harare City head coach, Mark Harrison, disappointed by his side's performance. At the end of it all, it ended Black Rhinos 1, Harare City 1. Black Rhinos snatching a last gasp equalizer courtesy of a Bruce Homora header. And it just leaves me to thank you, the viewers, our crew behind the scenes, from myself, Francis Nyamtsamba. Pleasant viewing.
Thank you.